let me give you a quick demo of how this works. I have a little basic jazz ride cymbal swing pattern loaded up on the sequencer here, and I've got my feel currently set to quantized eighth notes, which is exactly what that sounds like. It's just quantized eighth notes. So if I play this for you, let's hear how it sounds. I'm going to use the keys up here. We're on pattern run, so the C6 here will play back this pattern. Okay, quantized eighth notes. So let's go to the feel menu, and I'm going to go to this one called Easy Swing. It's at a native tempo of 120 BPM, which is what the tempo of my DAW currently is, so this should work well. So let's hear that. So that's sounding a lot better, right? That's because this is a rhythmic feel where the timing of every note is unique and was played at a specific tempo by a real drummer. It's not the result of just applying a mathematical formula to every note and having them all be the same, swing percentage. So the cool thing is that, say I change my mind and I don't want to be working at 120. I want to make this a really up-tempo thing, but I don't want to have to make a new sequence. So I can turn external off just to sort of freewheel the tempo here in Contact. And I'm going to set my tempo way, way fast. I'm going to go to 320. So let's hear how that sounds. Okay, that sounds totally ridiculous, right? It sounded good at 120, but it's not sounding good now. And that's kind of to be expected. Real jazz musicians usually straighten out their swing feel as the tempo increases. So that timing that was working well at 120 is not going to work well at 320. So let's find one that is appropriate for this tempo. And I'm going to go in here, and there's one called Modern Up. So let's listen to that. Okay, that's a lot better. Now, why don't we try something in the medium range? I'm going to set the tempo to, let's say, 180. And we'll go into the feels list and let's pull up. Okay, this is 185, close enough. We'll do medium swing 3. So you get the idea. These feels at different tempos take the pain out of having to nudge the notes around to try and get something that's really swinging at your tempo and just feel way better than a coarse sort of swing percentage approach. And we're using the same sequence that we've already made in all kinds of different contexts without having to start over every time. So now let's go back to 120, and I'm going to reset this. I'll just turn external back on. So now we're syncing to the host tempo. We've gone back to easy swing and say I'm happy with this. Remember? So say I'm happy with the way this is feeling. I maybe want to throw it in my DAW, loop it a bunch of times, and start writing something against it. I'm going to come down here, click render slot. That little warning symbol went away. I drag it out into the timeline, and here it is. I could copy and paste it, I could change the velocity, I could move it all around. But for now, let's just say maybe I want to just create a quick variation on this. I'm just going to add, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to add a cross stick just on beat 4, kind of like a Philly Joe Jones. So now I have a little variation. I'm going to hit render slot again, drag it out. And now we have that second one. I could take that off. I could make this back to a snare, add a little fill. Okay, and now we have a third version. Render, drag, and we're building up our song easily as we go.